Hello, my friend Randy Kay here. Luke 21:28 says, "When these things come to pass, look up, for your redemption draws near." God is offering encouragement through that verse as it relates to many of the events that are occurring and about to occur in the last days. And I want to encourage you today that the message of Jesus Christ is all about redemption. You see, we as a human race have not done so well, have we? We've been involved in wars. We've been involved in all kinds of travesties and persecution of peoples throughout all of history. And God is on his throne, looking out how we, as human beings, have messed up. We've not loved each other as Christ loves us. We've not treated each other with the level of respect, concern that God relates to us with. And so there has to be a redemption. And the whole history that God has presented of human life is about redemption, about taking that which has been sullied, that which has been damaged, and turning it for good. As it says in Romans 8:28, all things work for good to those who belong to him and are called according to his purpose. There's nothing bad that has happened to you that cannot be turned around. In fact, it will be turned around. That's an assurance that indeed there is nothing, no illness, no persecution, nothing that will not be turned around for good. And it doesn't have to wait until heaven. Indeed, heaven is the ultimate redemption. When we are in heaven and all things are good and there is no evil and there is only joy, because joy is the ethos of heaven. But as we live our life today, our mission is to show God's love to others and to express who God is in terms that people can appreciate, because he is a God of love. The Bible says as much. And that means that when we represent God as a God of anger, as a God who desires to vanquish people, then we are misrepresenting God, because God does not wish to vanquish people. He does not wish to persecute people. He desires to redeem all people. That's his central message to us as human beings, that God so loved us that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And that is the mission that each of us carries, to spread the great news of Jesus Christ, to not be so focused on the bad that is and is to come, as prophesied within the Bible, but to encourage that God's redemption is near. And if we don't remain consistently focused on that, then we're going to become fearful. We're going to be mired in all of the things that are wrong in the world, when we should look up. We should look up because God has overcome the world, so that our promise is not in this world. It is for eternity, eternity in heaven. And let me finish with this. Most of us do not understand eternity. We live day by day. We see with a very limited perspective. When a loved one dies, for example, we seem to think that that person is going to be lost forever, or at least for a long time. But that person in heaven is looking for us in the scheme of eternity that they are realizing in heaven. They're looking for us in a moment of time. And so we have a skewed perspective of time, because in actuality, time is not a reality in God's kingdom. There is no time. And so when we see all of the things that are happening in our own world that are wrong, are damaging, and are causing us to suffer, we need to look from an eternal perspective, that all of these things will pass and they will be as nothing in the scheme of eternity. that we will be living victoriously forever and ever. So if you're going through any suffering today, through an illness, through anything, a loss of a loved one, then think about this, that God's ultimate plan is a plan of a redemption. And that plan of redemption leads to an eternity in joy, in love, in seeing that which has been lost, not only given back in return, but made new in a better way than ever before. We need to believe that in these days. We need not be fearful. We should always be hopeful and anticipating that all things indeed will work for good, and that God's plan is a plan of redemption. Take care, and God bless.